And despite the empty theatrics at the United Nations, progress towards releasing the hostages was made not at the UN, but on the sidelines of the General Assembly, where U.S. President Donald Trump met with leaders of Arab states to present his plan for ending the war. ILTV's Kalev Ben-David joins us in the studio now with more on this plan. Kalev, thanks for joining us. So we've been waiting for a concrete plan to the end of the war, a plan for the day after. What does Trump's plan entail?
Well, it has not been officially released. We do know that it's supposedly a 21-point plan. What all those points maybe we don't know, but there are some principles or key points of the plan that through reporting or comments by some of the officials have been made public. I think the important ones are these, the key ones are these. One, there would be the release of all 48 remaining Israeli hostages in one initial stage. None of this sort of continued multi-stage release of hostages we've seen in before. And of course, Prime Minister Netanyahu and President Trump have said this is the only thing they'll accept going forward. There would be a dramatic increase in humanitarian aid. There would be a ceasefire period in which IDF forces would gradually withdraw from the Gaza Strip. There would be, and this is key, and I'm going to slightly correct you there, a multinational Arab and Muslim force put into place, not just Arab countries, because among those 8 nations, the leaders of 8 nations that the President Trump met with were Turkey, Pakistan, and Indonesia. And there would be creation of an interim government that would not include Hamas, but would include some Palestinian representation.
Interesting. And so is Israel likely to accept this plan? Are there any problematic points for Jerusalem? For example, the involvement of the Palestinian Authority, which...
Right. There are two. One is, as you hit the nail on the head, according to some reports, that Palestinian representation would include to some representation of the Palestinian Authority. And Prime Minister Netanyahu has said this is absolutely not, especially now, as with the Palestinian Authority going on this diplomatic offensive against Israel. So that's one problem. The other is who would be in this multinational Arab-Muslim force, because among the leaders that took place in that meeting with Trump were the leaders of Turkey, President Erdogan, and representative of Qatar. And the Israel would see either Turkish or Qatari soldiers in the Gaza Strip as being problematic. That's one issue. And of course, on the Hamas side, the call to disarm Hamas. Hamas has already said, we are not accepting an agreement with disarming. And even if it was done over them, who would disarm Hamas? Who would take the responsibility? Would be this multinational force, which it's hard to see, or ultimately what security guarantees are Israel going to have that this is actually going to happen?
Absolutely. Kalev Ben-David, thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure, Ladar.